Is there really anything important? Or is all of this that we are doing here or in the world just a role to keep us busy or an illusion to make us feel important? God bless you. You bless you. God bless you. You bless you. Sounds like George Byrne. Huh? Me bless me. Help. Huh? Help.
So help me, me.
Huh?
So help me, me.
So help me, me. Yeah, there are various ways of. Yeah, in some school, spiritual ashrams, they always talk. Oh, this is hungry now. This wants to go to sleep. This. They stand, always put themselves in the Atma level and say, this seems to be a little unhappy today. Yeah. Yeah. This had some food this noon, but this seemed to be again a little hungry now. Yeah, that's how they address. It'll be really nice if we use that term, and we'll always, even when you are angry, they seem to be angry today. And I am the witness. I know that, yes. I know that this is hungry. I know that this is angry. I know that this is dull. I know that this is sleepy. I know that this is upset. See? You know, so you become a knower. You separate yourself from this. You don't identify yourself with these physical and mental problems. That's a nice way. Anybody wants to try, can try it. In the beginning it might look a little funny, but doesn't matter. Yeah. But don't try it over the phone. When you get calls from outside.
May this serve you. Hello, may this serve you.
Yeah. May this serve you. Hello, may this serve you. Oh, what about the chiropractor? He'll say, this likes to pull this leg a little. Well, everything is important in one level of understanding. In another level, nothing is important. It's all fun. It depends upon in which level you function. It cannot be just one is important, the other is not important. If the work is not, it's all just play, fun, it's illusion, then your eating also is illusion. Your lunch also should be illusion. Just stay at room. Don't come for lunch. Huh? If you say work is illusion, eating also is illusion. So they can offer you an empty plate. Say, imagine that there is food. Imagine that you are eating. An illusion after all. If you are ready for that, fine, everything is illusion. Otherwise, find your solution. Is it possible to rest in the state of chittavritti nirodha even during our working activities, or are thoughts necessary? What do you mean when you say that you don't think? There are two positions from which we can answer this. One is the chittam, or the totality of the mind, gets into vritti, or the waves or turbulence, only when your thoughts are personal, based on selfishness. Any selfish thought will create a vritti. The selfless thought also would create a vritti, but that vritti will not affect the peace of the mind. But the selfish thought would create a vritti which would certainly disturb the peace. So there are two kinds of thoughts we can think. Certain thoughts will not affect our mind. When I say affect, in both the ways, it will neither make you excite nor make you depressed. It will never allow you to swing to any side. That kind of thought is not even a thought then. It just comes and it goes. It just functions. So selfless thought, selfless activities are categorized as actionless action. The Gita puts it as karmanya karma pasyet. In action you find inaction. Because in action you see inaction, is it not? Huh? You are in action, at the same time you are inactive. That's what you are doing without getting involved, getting identified with that. There is another devotional way of putting it. That means I am not doing anything, I am being used as an instrument. So, though it looks like I am doing, I am not doing. I am made to do. Like I am an instrument in the hands of God. As such, God will make me do whatever He thinks right. God will provide me everything, whatever He thinks right. Then you are not responsible for your actions. As you are not responsible for your actions, you don't look for the reward, praise or blame. Even if they come, they are not yours. They don't affect you. That's one way to make our thoughts totally egoless. And as such, actions also become egoless. That's the advantage of living in ashrams. Because in the ashram, whatever you do, you don't think that I am doing it for my sake. See, we are doing it for everybody's sake, not just personally me. So you don't get affected by it. But unfortunately, there is a problem with that also. As it's not personal, it doesn't matter. It's not mine anyway, whether I do it or not. You become irresponsible also. And that is why again the Bhagavad Gita warns, a karma yogi should, though acting without expecting the result or the reward, should act as someone who would do the same action with eager to get the result. In a way it says, you should be acting more efficiently than the fellow who would be acting to get the result. Why? Because you can certainly act more efficiently if you don't look for the reward. Why? Your mind is calm and you can do a better job. But the fellow who is looking for the result, already he loses his mind. He is already jerking, shaking. Will I get it or not? So he does a bad job. It's almost like singing at home and singing on the platform. The minute you go to the platform, I don't know what will they think of me. Should I do it well? You look, stage fright comes. Why the stage fright? You look for result. At home, you don't look for result. You just sing. You do it much better. In a way, just a couple of days I saw a TV program where they say, some of you might have seen it, the commercial goofs. That was another terrible thing to show. Somebody takes a thing and say, oh, it's so fantastic, this is very good, I had it myself, something like he has to say. But he makes 10 mistakes, 10 times, sometimes 20 takes. He cannot even say the words. But in the commercial, it looks as if naturally he's just spontaneously saying it. That was probably a 20-second take. And that's what you call the goof. Everybody goofed it. Even some of the prominent stars. Even the god, George Byrne. Yeah. He made too many mistakes and he had to be taken again and again for just commercial. That means everything is artificially made to look like natural. And the same people, when they came to the program, because they were all there in a group in the program. So the director calls, say, come on, what did you do there in that group? They show that small strip, a picture, how he goofed. Then he calls, come on, do it again. And this time he does it freely, easily, without any mistake. Why this time he is just doing it for fun? There he was doing it for money. He wanted to be very perfect. And he made again and again mistakes. That itself is the proof that the minute you expect some reward, your job is not a clean one. That's why karmasha kausalam is yoga. Only when you do it with that yogic spirit, selfless spirit, you can do a better job. If your activities go wrong, you make too many mistakes, that is the proof that you are really looking for something behind it. Even for a pat on the shoulder will make you go wrong. That's why action, though done like anybody else, if done without looking for the result, it becomes an inaction. And it doesn't create vritti in the chitta. So the thoughts are necessary. Thoughts are there to do. Without thought you cannot do. Then it will be a thoughtless job. Thoughts are there, but there are not affecting thoughts. How can we find our swadharma? Swadharma is one's own natural aptitude. Naturally, it's almost like the fish in the water, where you feel more comfortable with, easy to do. That is your swadharma. Not to imitate somebody. He is doing it, so I must do that. That's not yours. You are imitating others. So temperamentally, if you are at home with something, do it. That's what your own temperamental. You don't imitate somebody or force yourself to do something. It comes naturally.
Good. What about the fight then, which is going on in us?
Fight.
When it comes naturally, how?
Fight also. That's your swadharma, then fight it out. Yeah. Maybe you were a fighter before, so naturally you want to fight. Don't stay behind. Fight it out and you will get the lesson soon. But that's where we have to use our intelligence also. We have both sides, not always one side, the terrible, devilish side. We have the good side also. There we have to try to develop the good side and still the natural. Swadharma, that would elevate us. Everybody has that, not only one or two, everybody has that animalistic tendency, fighting, biting. It's there. We all lived all those lives before. Even the so-called sattvic, innocent, wonderful person will have a terrible tiger behind. But fortunately, because of his developing the good qualities, the others get buried down. And for want of attention, for want of repetition, they slowly die a natural death. But if you allow them to come, everybody would be a tiger here. Yes, we have both. That's what the Deva side and the Asura side. The demon and the divine. So we have to develop the divine side and swadharma, natural side. If you are in the spiritual field, if you are naturally a person with heart, emotional feeling, take the bhakti side. If you are more analytic, take